Hello, beautiful people of the internet. How are you doing today? My name is Jackie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be the second one of my O.W.L.s Magical Readathon reading vlogs. I did a vlog covering the first 2 weeks of this readathon. I will link that down below. If you haven't seen it yet and want to see the books that I read in those 2 weeks, I meant to start this vlog a couple days ago. Today is April 17th, 2020. But I really didn't get much reading done, and I had these awful on and off sinus headaches, which just did not leave me in a good mood where I was wanting to read or to film. But finally starting this vlog now, and I'm going to tell you what books I'm going to be reading in this vlog. First, I'm going to be reading Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, which I got on the Libby app on my phone. I started this, but just barely. I read the first 2 chapters or something like that, and honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna really like it. Not saying that it's done anything so far that really bothers me, but the writing style is very conversational, which I was not expecting at all. I honestly was worried it was going to be the opposite and that it was going to be pretentious. No, it actually comes across as very casual, which was totally not what I expected. I hope the story will be good. Like I said, I have barely started it, so do not have many strong opinions other than that the writing style completely floored me. Then I will also be reading The Sisters of the Winter Wood by Rena Rosner. Rena? I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I apologize. I'm bad at pronouncing things. But I am reading this because it includes shape-shifting in it, so that is going to fulfill one of the prompts for the O.W.L.s, and those are the only 2 books that I need to read in these 2 weeks in order to complete all the prompts for my career, which is Trader of Magical Tomes. We've been working on this puzzle that my stepsister sent us. It's 500 pieces. This is what we've got done in like 1 day. When it's done, it's supposed to look like that. So we have a long ways to go, but it's kind of fun. Are you giving your sister a bath, Drizzle? That's so nice of you. You're so sweet. You are such a good girl. My heart is bursting. So cute. We finished our puzzle, yay! And we only threatened to kill each other a couple times. So, you're probably wondering how the readathon is coming along. And the answer is, it's not. It's not coming along. I read a little bit of The Sisters of the Winter Wood, but barely any, like really not enough to have any coherent thoughts about it. I don't know if I mentioned what this is about. It's based off of the poem Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti, and it's a historical fantasy. The main characters are Jewish, and what's kind of interesting is that the 2 sisters each have a point of view, and one is a traditional narration and one is in verse, which is really interesting. So far, I don't think the poems are particularly special. They just are typical free verse poetry, but not super, I don't know what I'm saying. I think though I really need to prioritize reading Never Let Me Go. I got that through the Libby app. I've only read about 15% of it, and I had it for 2 weeks and now it's due back in 8 days. So I really have to make progress on that. I'm not loving it. I'm not super engaged by it, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it like I hated The Girls in my other vlog for this readathon. I think it's just gonna be okay. I mean, hopefully it'll pick up a little more, because right now I think it's fine, but I'm not super interested. Shaping up to be a middle-of-the-road read, but it is so early, so I really just need to give it more of a chance and force myself to keep reading. So that's what I'm gonna do in the next couple days, and I will update you guys again when I actually have some coherent thoughts to share. Hello, so it is later in the day. It's almost midnight. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I read up to part 2 of Never Let Me Go today, so 38% of the way through the ebook, and I don't know. I mean, I don't strongly dislike it. I don't think there's anything offensive about it or anything that really bugged me. I just, so far, am not interested. I don't love the writing style because it's very conversational in a way that I don't like. It naturally follows the way the mind works, or the way someone would talk if they were just telling you a story face to face, where they'll say, that reminds me about this, so I'm going to tell you this little side story, but that's not important yet, so forget that. Or, oh, I'm going to tell this later, or things like that, which is just not super refined, I guess is the word. I mean, it's just not my favorite. And the story just doesn't have me super engaged. It wasn't like I thought. I think part of it is that I knew things about the story that I think maybe I wasn't supposed to know. Trying to say this without spoiling it. And I also think how tidbits of information are revealed when is sometimes not the way I would have done it if I was writing the story. But I don't hate it. It's just meh to me. So, I have read the first 111 pages of The Sisters of the Winter Wood by Rena Rosner. This is a historical fantasy, a historical fiction with magical elements. I am reading this for the O.W.L.s prompt about a book that includes shape-shifting, because the two main characters, their sisters and their parents, can transform into a bear and a swan. And so far, I'm not loving this either. This has just not been the greatest readathon for me so far. I read Circe, which I loved. I read The Girls, which I hated. And now I'm reading two books that really, well, they're not bad books, just aren't doing anything for me. So this reading month could be going better. The Sisters of the Winter Wood takes place in a small village on the border of Moldova and the Ukraine. It follows two sisters, Liba and Leah. Liba's chapters are told in a traditional prose format, whereas Leah's are told like poems. And these two sisters find out that their father can transform into a bear and their mother can transform into a swan. Their parents have to go on a journey, leaving the two sisters home alone. And this group of men come to town, and they have been warned to not venture into the woods, but Leah finds herself falling under these men's spell, and it's going to be up to Liba to save the day. It's based off of Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti, and so far, in regards to this group of men who are based off the goblins from Goblin Market, the author really hasn't done anything to differentiate them from Goblin Market so far. Maybe she will, but so far it's really just been the goblins from Goblin Market transported into this setting that the author has created. I do like some things about this. I like how it includes a lot of Yiddish words and phrases, and there is a glossary in the back so you can see what they all mean. I think that is cool because I don't really know a lot about Judaism, and I'm really glad that she included this glossary so that I can look up what the different words and phrases mean. But right now, I'm just not loving this. I don't feel myself very invested in the characters, and I don't know how to say this without sounding mean. The writing is only okay, and I'm just not super immersed in the characters or the story. When the love interest was introduced, it was immediately clear that he was the love interest, because I wouldn't say exactly it was insta-love. It was kind of like an insta-crush, and it was just like blaring sirens. This is the love interest. We'll just see how it goes. It could get better. We've really only just begun. 56% of the way through Never Let Me Go with 3 days left of my library rental, and this book is not bad. The past couple chapters were at least a little more interesting. I think, sort of like I said with Sisters of the Winter Wood, sorry, my cat's down here, I don't really care about these characters. I mean, Ruth particularly, I think, can really be a bitch sometimes, and I don't like her friendship with Kathy, our main character, or her relationship with Tommy. I feel like she just continually lashes out at people, and I don't really like her, or any of the characters in this book, really. Buttercup, you don't care as long as I pet you. Mm-hmm. That's right. Go back to sleep. Are you supervising Mommy making the bed? Are you, baby? You're just sitting there in the middle of it? Oh, you're so cute. So I finished reading Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I feel like I don't have anything interesting to say about this. I feel like I've had nothing interesting to say about this the entire vlog because I really just thought it was okay. But I didn't have a lot of strong feelings about it. I didn't connect with any of the characters super deeply, and I kind of just felt disappointed. I felt like it was a little boring, and I wasn't super engaged. I will say I did think Kathy and her love interest had a really cute scene together in Norfolk. I thought that was the one moment in the book where I was really invested in the characters and the relationships. But overall, I just was very underwhelmed by this, but I didn't strongly dislike it either. There was nothing offensive about it or something that I can pinpoint as this was terrible. I don't think the writing was bad, just didn't connect with me. So I'm sorry. I feel like my thoughts on this book were so uninteresting to watch, but honestly, I just have no feelings about it. It was just fine, but not that interesting in my opinion. Hello everyone! Today is May 4th and I am finally getting around to finishing this vlog. The readathon is over and I read all of the books that I was planning on reading for the Owls this month. I most recently finished The Sisters of the Winter Wood, so I'm going to give my final thoughts on this for this video. Honestly, I found this disappointing. It had a lot of young adult tropes and cliches that I didn't like. I didn't connect with any of the characters. Really, it had insta-love, ended up being 2 cases of insta-love, and the second love interest was introduced so late in the book that it really just felt like so ham-fisted in there. Is that the saying? Ham-fisted? And the ending just, I think it was too fast. Like, everything just got wrapped up in a neat little bow so quickly, and it wasn't really satisfying. So I don't know if I'll give this 2 or 3 stars. You will see for sure in my wrap-up video, but overall, very disappointing, and it didn't suck as badly as the girls, but I didn't really like it. Oh well. I feel like this was probably the most boring reading vlog ever. I didn't really like any of the books that I read in this vlog. The 4 books that I read for the Owl had a 1 star, a 5 star, a 3 star, and then either a 2 or 3 star. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, I feel like this probably wasn't the most entertaining to watch. But you know, I am happy that I read everything I said I was going to do for the Owls, and I am on track for my career. So that is good, and I am proud of myself for seeing this through and getting these 4 books done in a month, even though I didn't like some of them. So that's the bright side. Anyways, beautiful people of the internet, that is it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. I post new bookish videos every single Wednesday. My social media links are down below if you want to follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, or be my friend on Goodreads. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a whimsical rest of your day. Bye, and I'll see you next time.